Get started here. Once again, NCAA and the Southland Conference and the City of Frisco welcome you to Pizza Hut Park in the city for the Division I championship. You see the names of our players from the University of Delaware. Once again, if you have a cell phone, please put it on vibrate or turn it off so we're not interrupted. And Coach Keeler, once again, welcome. And you have an opening statement for us?
Yeah, well, 7 of the last 8 years the CAA has played in this game. We're very proud to represent the CAA. University of Delaware has been here 3 times. We're very proud about that. It's been an amazing time down here. As I said at the banquet, from the moment we got here, Frisco has opened their arms and their hearts to us, and it's been a real bowl experience. It's the first time at our level doing it this way in terms of the 3-week period in between, and I love it. I think it's the fairest way of doing it. We got as many of our guys back healthy as we could, and also get a chance to enjoy the experience, and I think our kids have just absolutely enjoyed this experience. As I told them on the practice field, the hay's in the barn, and if they beat us, they're better than us, because we've prepared very well, and I expect that we'll play very well. So we're excited about that. There's a little bit of an unknown because it's almost like your first game all over again because you've had 3 weeks off, but again, looking back at it and just talking to the fellas, I think we all feel pretty good about how we prepared. So we're anxious to play a very good football team tomorrow night.
First of all, Anthony, could you take the water bottle? Okay, once again, we have a microphone. Please identify yourself and open it up for questions.
Hey, Anthony. Andy Waller. Senior class has been through a lot, highs, lows. You kind of talk about appreciating being back in this moment after climbing back from 08?
This is extremely important for us because, like I tell the younger guys, as seniors, we remember those, those dog years. We remember 4 and 8. We remember on defense being called defenseless. We remember 6 and 5 last year. And I continue to tell them that this isn't easy. We've made some games look rather easy. But it's not, and it takes a lot of hard work and commitment and years sometimes, for some, we could say that it took us 2 years to get where we are now. And it takes hard work and commitment year round. And it's important for us, to change what happened in 07.
Once again, if you identify yourselves, it's for our transcriptionist. So the guys may know you, but our transcriptionist doesn't. So.
Coach, Jerry Trickey, NCAA.com. Talk a little bit about Andrew Pierce and the process that he went through to get here.
Sure.
Do you gray shirt many guys? And kind of just to follow up with that is, has he been the most successful one that you've had? Yeah,
it was a unique situation where we didn't have a scholarship, and we'd scholarship 2 freshman running backs, and we found Andrew. Andrew came over to visit. He loved us, and he wanted to walk on. I'm like, it's a little expensive to walk on as an out-of-state student. So we put a plan together, and he took a county college class just to keep himself fresh. He worked out, got a job, and would come to every ball game, and just sit and dream about someday playing in that stadium. February rolled around. That's when our second session starts. I had scholarship money available, so I said, listen, I'm going to give you 1 semester scholarship. There's no guarantees past this point. And he came out in the spring and played phenomenal. We had some money available. He's not on a full right now. He's on a partial. And we said, listen, this is all we have left. He's on that, and he's done a great job. Omar Cuff was a gray shirt. Sadiq Haynes was a gray shirt. So we've had some luck with some of those guys in the past. And Sadiq walked on also, just like Andrew. In fact, Andrew, that was one of the things I think really intrigued Andrew about this, was that it worked out for Sadiq. Sadiq had talked to him, and it was involved in the recruiting process. And Andrew saw it work before, and hopefully it'll work again.
AC, what did you think of what Daryl Johnson said to the team out there after your walkthrough? And I also wanted to see, Anthony, what you thought about what Daryl said.
You didn't. All you had to do is look at the players' faces. And I was watching Walters, during that whole thing, and they were just captured. Here's one of the great players ever, and he's talking about the Super Bowls, and he's talking about that when he sees these guys years later, there's an instant connection. It's about these memories, and we jokingly call it, a search for immortality. That's our quest, because it is something that they can never take away from you. And I thought his message was, right on. I mean, here's a guy again who played at the very highest level and won a Super Bowl, and he's talking about the same relationships that we're hoping these guys have. When we win a national championship this year.
I agree. When I was looking at him, first I was thinking, wow, that guy's tough as nails. And also, he blocked for Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt Smith loved him. And everything he was saying, I was just focused on him, because I do realize that 15 years from now, we can never get this time back. We can never get back 07, 08, 09. And all we can do is play for this year. And as he was saying it, I was kind of reflecting on, what I've done since I've been here, and the friends I've made, and what I'll be able to look back to. And I think, honestly, everything's great and all, but it's all smoke if you don't win. And that's one of the memories. That's the main memory that we hope to take from, tomorrow.
Coach Keeler, Johnny B from 97.5 KLAK here in Dallas. Having been to this game before twice, what did you learn from the first appearance that maybe has helped you prepare the kids for this game?
Well, what I told the kids Sunday going into this thing was that I know a couple things. First of all, we're going to play a great opponent, because you don't get here without playing a great opponent. Another thing I told them was that it's all about preparation now. I mean, that's what we talk about, immortality. When we get here on Friday evening, it's going to be about doing the things that we've done to get here. It's not going to be about immortality. But in preparation, it's going to be about immortality, because you have to recognize that everything you do all day long has to be going towards winning that football game, because you can't get it back. And so I just talked to them about that. It's a one-game season, and we're all in. And again, I have such a great senior class that the messages can be very simple, because they take them and they run with it. So again, we were just talking on the field a little bit about how we've changed some things this year in terms of how physical we've been in practice. And I don't know if a younger, immature team could have handled what we did. We didn't hit a whole lot. We took the pads off. But at the same time, we've played, at a very high level. But going through what we went through in 05 and 06 with all the injuries, 07 and 08 and 09 with all the injuries we had to do something. And I had to get this very, very good football team to this opportunity. And we are here.
Martin Frank, Wilmington News Journal. Casey, I was wondering if, during your study of Eastern Washington film, if you may have noticed, any kind of difference between football that's played in the East Coast, in the Northeast in your conference, and maybe football played out west.
Well, just looking at the numbers, their conference is more of an offensive conference. Their numbers are higher offensively than our numbers are in our conference. At the same time, our conference is more of a defensive conference. If you look at the numbers just conference-wide in our conference, and it changes all the time. I mean, there was I think, 07, we had a number of teams in the mid-30s or so in terms of scoring. But no, I mean, they have outstanding players like we do, a lot of the same schemes. It's a little bit like watching ourselves, because they don't get real fancy, either do we. And I think they are who they are, and we are who we are. And I think that was one of the things about preparation was, you only can, as Anthony said, you only can look at 12 personnel so many times. There's only so many things you can do from it. And you start to almost inventing things. Okay, if they go unbalanced, well, Coach, how many times did they go unbalanced? Well, I think back in game 3, they went unbalanced twice. I mean, it's almost to the point now where we just want to play this football game. But no, I don't think, I haven't seen a big difference in terms of, what they did out there, what we do.
Tim Astroud, UD Review. This is for Anthony and Matt. After watching the film, what are your impressions of their quarterback, and where would you rank him with what else you've seen this year?
Well, they like to throw the ball around. I don't think he'll be, any different than what we've seen. We practice against Pat every day. But I think their biggest strength would be at the wide receiver position. The running back's hurt, so I'm not including him. But I think the wide receiver position, they make a lot of plays for the quarterback. And I think at times they make him look really good. He's also thrown 6 interceptions that I think went for touchdowns. But he throws a beautiful deep ball. I will say that. When he's throwing to the right, he throws a beautiful deep ball. It's well placed and it's on the money.
Yeah, I mean, like Anthony said, he does throw a really nice deep ball. He seems to make plays outside the pocket. Seems like he can make plays on his feet, run around a little bit. He's a pretty good athlete, and overall they have a good offense. They wouldn't be here if they didn't. They like to run a spread scheme and create seams and run the ball, pass the ball, run and shoot. So it should be a good game.